Hello everybody, this is your boy the Almighty Green Talent bringing you a video today about the situation with the Eagles and their pass rush. One guy in particular, but before I begin, don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe to this video. Hit the notification bell on top. Please do so by any means necessary so when the great videos come, you'll be able to view them and comment later after the video is viewed by your viewing pleasure. Okay, let's begin. Alright. One guy particularly I'm referring to, I'm talking about defensive end slash edge rusher Bryce Huff. Now, I think I mentioned his name in a video a while back, or it might have been this week, when the Eagles lost to the Buccaneers. I thought that Bryce Huff was being played right, or in other words, being used right. Well, I just got to looking at some footage on YouTube. Brian Baldinger was able to go back to the footage and look at the defensive line formations and how each player was being used properly. Well, Bryce Huff was being used wrong. And so for me, I like to say I like to apologize to Bryce Huff because I understand why he did what he did with his Instagram account, where he removed all the Eagles contents and just put the New York Jets content back on his IG page. I understand why he did what he did now, so I can't blame him for doing that. He did that not out of spite. He did that because he thought something was going wrong with the team, which is actually true. But anyway, Brian Baldinger looked at the footage of Bryce Huff, and he compared him to his former team, New York Jets. Now, in the New York Jets formation, he was in a wide 9, 3, and 4 technique position where he can rush the edge. The Eagles are using him in a 2-point stance, and Bryce Huff is not accustomed to rushing from a 3-point stance because he's not an outside linebacker. He is a defensive end slash edge rusher. They got him confused with none other than Hassan Reddick, who is used to line up in a 2-point stance. That's how he's able to rush the passer and get past get past offensive linemen for the sacks or tackle for losses. Bryce Huff is not that type of guy. You cannot use him in no 2-point stance. He's a 3 or 4-point stance defensive end. And you can see where he got 10 sacks from. Now, Howie Roseman signed this guy to a $17 million contract per year over 3 seasons, and Vangio is not using this guy properly. And that's really, really sad for me to bring up this situation, because you thought that the team were able to use him the way the New York Jets did, but they're not doing that. So I'm hoping that Vic Vangio look at the footage of the New York Jets and how he was lined up in those positions, because he can rush from the right, he can rush from the left. He can rush inside too if he's used properly. And I do mean properly. And that's really sad for me to say. But without any further ado, I hope that the 2-week vacation that they're on, I hope they go back to the footage and look at the New York Jets film and compare it to what he's been using him the past 4 weeks. He is not a outside rush in at a 2-point stance. He's a 3-point stance, 4-point stance defensive end. If you use him that way, he can get to the passer. But if you can't use him in a 3-point stance, continue to use him there, he is not going to get there, because the offensive linemen were able to get their hands in his chest and stop him from pass rushing. If he's in a 4-point stance, 3 or 4-point stance, a lineman will have a difficult time blocking it, because he can rush wide and run past the offensive lineman for the tackle or sack for loss. So that's what this video is about. Please comment, like, share, and subscribe this video, because I'm really tired of seeing this defense play like this. So I pray and hope that Vic Vangio go back to his Jets time with the Jets and compare him to the 4 weeks how he used Bryce Huff. It's a total different situation. That's how this guy got his sacks. Even though he was used as a part-time rusher, he did got 10 sacks. I think he had 10 sacks that year, up to 40 or 50 tackles, maybe 30, maybe 25, 30 of them for loss, somewhere along up in there. I mean, he did real well in the part-time position with the New York Jets. Now, if you were used in a 3 or 4 point stance, you would get your pass rush. So I'm praying and hope that what happens. Vic Vangio, use this man right now. He's the highest paid player on that team, on that defensive line. Without any further ado, again, this is Friday, y'all. Enjoy your Friday. More videos to come later this year or later this week. We'll see. I am out of here. Peace. And then Friday, smile.